Now, I know if you've looked on our website, you've noticed a variety of different kinds of styles of shooting, and we talk about those different styles, and there are actually 3 major categories of shooting. Actually, one of them is classic, your classic style of shooting, traditional portraits, and we do that. That's the stuff that we do. We can do that actually at the reception, and we could also do that in between the ceremony and the reception.
Right.
So those are your family poses, bride and groom posed on the altar, bride and groom posed at the reception, a park that's nearby, really anywhere you need us to go in the area. So that's very traditional, and you can see examples of that all throughout our website.
Right. Yeah.
Another one is what some people call photojournalistic. I like to call it documentary, because it is more documentary. And those are the non-intrusive kind of shots that are where people really don't even know that we're taking a photograph. And that's the stuff that we really do without a flash, and we do under natural light. And it's great because with those photos, those are the ones that we can really tell a story with. And we can mix in all of the other styles too, but those are the ones that really are the storytelling shots, where you get really emotional, intimate moments between friends, family members, and it's just like shooting a documentary on stills. And then the other style is actually fashion. Fashion is something that you're flipping through editorials and magazines, and that's the really creative, artistic, fun stuff. It's all planned out, and a lot of it isn't even posed. A lot of it's moving within the frame. So if we're shooting, we're like, we're moving, we're playing off of each other, that kind of thing. And that's more of that fashion edge. And those are like our 3 main shooting styles.
Right, and I personally, I don't have a preference between the 3 styles, but what I do like to do is I think I'm very detail oriented. I like to take close-up shots of the wedding rings, the bridal jewelry, shoes, flowers. I even get close-up pictures of the bridal bouquets, bridesmaids bouquets, things like that. It's our clients seem to really enjoy those shots. They turn out beautifully. My favorite is the close-ups of the rings and the bouquet. I actually took a picture that included both of those elements. Shaun was on the other side. I was actually behind the altar, and it was a wedding that was held, back in September. And it was during the ceremony, and I just had, the pleasure of getting a shot of not the bride and groom's faces, but just their, holding their hands and exchanging the rings, and she was holding her bouquet at the same time, and that's just something I zoomed in on, and and it made a really great picture. And Shaun was talking about the documentary style. And an example that I can think of one of my most favorite shots that I took was at the same wedding back in September. There was these 2 little boys, and they were they had the pleasure of being part of being groomsmen, junior groomsmen, I think you call them, and since they were so little, it was really hard for them to see what was going on. So they're like craning their necks, and there was about, I think, 5 groomsmen, so they had to try to stand on their tippy toes, and finally they got a good look to see what was going on, and I just had to take the picture of the 2 of them just peering over just to get a better look. Like, what the heck's going on? We're part of this special day, and we can't see a thing. We're too. Yeah, they were both like this.
They were down low too. It was so funny. It was cute.
Yeah, but it was a great picture, and it was actually one of my most favorite pictures that I've ever taken. It was that documentary style, no flash. They had no idea I was taking the picture, and I think that's why it turned out so well, because I caught them in the moment, and they had no idea that I was watching them.
Right, and Alana takes these pictures that, like, when I'm reviewing photos after the wedding, and I'm like, whoa, I never even saw that. You'll see like a tuxedo just draped over a chair, and there'll be, you see the boutonniere on there, and bam, she's down there. She gets a shot of that, and it's really nice. And sometimes the groom will leave things at the head table, and just the way things are laid out. I don't know. There's just something about that. There's some kind of
it's very
value to it.
I think it's very natural. And another photo that I can think of is. It was a wedding that we did in August, and both Shaun and I were in the bridal room when the bridesmaids were getting ready, getting dressed, finalizing those details with the bouquets, the hairstyles, the bows, and, for some reason this scene struck me. It was a bridesmaid, and it was her grandmother. And the grandmother was seated, and the bridesmaid, she was standing, and she was helping her tie the bow at the back of her dress. The bow was really long, so it was really hard for her to do it on her own. So the grandmother said, I'll help you. And what struck me about it is the grandmother's hands. I mean, I think a person's hands just tell quite a story of their own, especially of a grandmother. I mean, you don't know what she's been through. She's been through a lot in her life, seeing her children get married. Now she was seeing her granddaughter get married, and I took a picture of her hands working, getting the bow to be just right, and that's actually also one of my other favorite pictures too. It's just, I mean, there's just so many things going on. It's the grandmother's hands, like her own personal story, what she's been through in her personal life, and also this. Getting those details right for the ceremony that was about to take place.
Right, and for the fashion photos, we did an amazing wedding, actually, that was at an art gallery. What was that, last May?
Yep, it was in May.
Right, and we got some really amazing, we did some really fashion, artistic shots, and that stuff's all on our website, too. We shot in total darkness in some rooms. There were, rooms completely surrounded by mirrors and mannequins. Right. And the photographs are just plain incredible. You need to check them out on our website. Right. But that was kind of like the fashion end of things, and so I think we kind of at least hopefully shed some light onto those different styles. So guys, good luck with the rest of your planning.
Yeah. Thank you.
Until next time.
Good luck.